Good morning. Welcome to 49ers in 5, your daily update on everything happening with the team that you need to know in around 5 minutes. I'm Rob Stats Guerrera. Today is Tuesday, November 14th, 2023. Here's what's happening with your San Francisco 49ers. We'll get to Kyle Shanahan's conference call in a minute, but we always begin every show with an injury report. There's no more important injury report than the day after game one that Kyle Shanahan always gives. Colton McKivitz is new. He's got an ankle. He is reportedly day to day. Trent Williams came out of the game well. He's still only between 75 and 80%, but he didn't do anything to aggravate his ankle injury, so that's good. Aaron Banks, of course, remains out with turf toe, and Demetrius Flanagan-Fowles day to day with an ankle injury as well. But all in all, a pretty small injury report, which is obviously very, very good. Now, let's get to some of what Kyle Shanahan said on the conference call. And I thought he summed up what happened on Sunday pretty nicely.
I think guys came back from bye week pretty pissed, and we were really looking forward to this game. I think the biggest thing that we emphasized all week was we weren't going into that game trying to blow anybody out. We weren't going into that game trying to score over 30 points. We weren't going into that game trying to set anything. We were just going into that game trying to play as good as we could and not worry about anything else. And that's kind of what we emphasized all week. And we feel if we do that, we always have a chance for that game to end up like it did.
One of the big changes defensively for the 49ers in the game was getting Isaiah Oliver off the field for the most part and putting in Ambry Thomas when the team was in nickel. Is that a change that is going to be a long-term thing, Kyle Shanahan?
We don't think anything long-term. It's always week to week. So like how it went last week, we'll see when we watch film here for these next 48 hours what we think the best is on Wednesday. But I know there was at least one play in that game, maybe two. Demo had to come out. Isaiah went right in, didn't miss a beat. And we got a number. I mean, I think Isaiah played some real good ball for us this year too. So we got some options, and it all depends on who we're playing, and we'll see how this settles. But we're looking into it each week.
Kyle said Isaiah Oliver played some good ball. When exactly, Kyle? I mean, damn, I know you don't like to criticize anybody, but we all see the games. They're on television. He wasn't very good. You essentially benched him in the game. I get you're trying to be nice, but we all know what's going on. I wouldn't expect to see Isaiah Oliver out there nearly as much as he was in the early part of the season. One more for you from Shanahan. Nick Bosa only played 66% of the snaps in this game compared to 100% of the snaps against Cincinnati before the bye. Kyle, were you able to rest Bosa more because you now have Chase Young?
That's been our goal here for a number of weeks, and we've struggled to do that. I think getting Chase in here made it a lot easier. I think the way the game went made it a lot easier, but that's something that we're trying to, it's hard to take Nick off the field because of how good he is, obviously, but that's something we're always trying to do because we want Nick playing at the same level for all those plays, not just rushing the quarterback, but also playing the run, how he chases the ball too on screens and things like that. And in order to get all our guys to do that, you got to rotate them.
Keeping Nick Bosa fresh is obviously important for the 49ers, and that's sort of one of the hidden benefits of Chase Young. You're not as scared to take Nick Bosa off the field now because you still have a legitimate pass rushing threat off the edge because of the presence of Chase Young out there. So it almost works two ways for the Niners, right? One, it works when they're both on the field together, terrorizing quarterbacks like we saw in the strip sack of Trevor Lawrence. And two, if you have to rest Nick Bosa, Chase can hold down the fort while he's out. Definitely a shrewd move by John Lynch to make that trade at the deadline. We always give you one thing to read, one thing to watch, and one thing you might have missed. One thing to read on this Tuesday. I tell you this every week. I hope you're listening. Minutia Minute from Matt Barrows in The Athletic. It's full of nuggets and information that you are not going to find anywhere else, and he does it every single week. If you want to read it, click the link in the description of this episode. One thing to watch. This is unbelievable. Fred Warner was mic'd up on Sunday, and at one point in the game, Fred says, they don't know what they're doing, talking about the Jaguars. A Jags player gets caught on the mic responding to Fred Warner, and what he said was absolutely stunning. It's like a 3-second clip, but I definitely want you to watch it. It won't take up much of your time at all. The link to it is in the description of the episode. I promise you, you are not going to be expecting what you hear in that response. One thing you may have missed, Kyle didn't outright say it during the conference call, but he all but said that you can expect a split between Spencer Burford at right guard and John Feliciano at right guard. And remember, that's what they did in Burford's rookie year with Daniel Brunskill. They had him in there. It was kind of like a 50-50 split. It looks like that's going to happen again. Kyle was very complimentary of John Feliciano, who, of course, filled in for Aaron Banks in this one. So once Banks gets back healthy, I would expect Spencer Burford's time at right guard to be much, much less than what we've seen so far. And let's be honest, it makes sense. Burford has a 49.6 PFF grade this year and a staggeringly low 26 pass blocking grade, so far in 2023. He has struggled, to say the least. That's a wrap on today's 49ers in 5. Please rate, review, and follow the Gold Standard Podcast Network. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. Enjoy your Tuesday, everybody. We're going to do Bully Ball with Jason Aponte and Steph Sanchez at 8 a.m. Pacific time. And if you want to check out Under Review, that dropped late yesterday because of the new time we have to do the show. That's on the YouTube channel as well, or you can download that podcast. That's me and Vish Kumari. I'm Rob Stats Guerrera. We'll talk later today.